Have you ever considered the possibility that you are being observed without your knowledge? In our modern society, monitoring has become so widespread that the average person remains unaware of the sheer number of locations where they are under observation. This is particularly true for seniors, who can easily miss the concealed cameras, tracking systems, and gadgets that discreetly document their everyday activities. In this video, we will reveal 5 inconspicuous locations where older individuals are being surveilled, frequently without their consent. These are common areas you frequent daily, yet they are equipped with silent observers and audio recording equipment. The discoveries we share may shock you and have the potential to permanently alter your perspective on personal privacy. Please keep watching until conclusion, as understanding these 5 places will not only empower you to better safeguard yourself, but will also provide you with greater confidence to move through a world that is observing us more intently than at any point in history. This is not an exercise in fear. It is an exercise in consciousness. And consciousness is the key to maintaining your autonomy. Let's begin. Number 1. Retail security cameras. A very common, yet frequently ignored, site where older adults are perpetually watched is within retail establishments. Places like grocery stores, pharmacies, and retail shops have security cameras installed in almost every possible area. Although many of us believe these cameras exist solely to prevent theft, the reality is they capture your every action, regardless of how harmless it may seem. For seniors, this realization can be disconcerting. Each time you pick up an item, look at a price, or pause in a section, that activity is being observed and frequently saved. Stores utilize this data not just for security, but also to analyze your shopping patterns. They are interested in what draws your eye, how much time you spend in a specific area, and even the facial expressions you make while shopping. Psychology tells us that this persistent surveillance can have a subtle impact on how you act. The awareness of being watched, even if it's subconscious, can create an urge to hurry up or to not take too long making a choice. Gradually, this can introduce a layer of stress to a simple task like shopping. Consider the case of Henry, who is 74. He always felt an unexplained rush in his local supermarket. He didn't understand the reason until his grandson showed him the numerous cameras above the aisles. Once Harold became aware of them, his feeling of unease made sense. It wasn't just in his head. He was genuinely under observation the entire time. The fact is, this is rarely stated openly, but every senior who enters a store becomes part of a network that watches, records, and studies them. Knowing this won't deactivate the cameras, but it can empower you to remain composed, proceed at your own pace, and refuse to let unseen observers make you feel uncomfortable. Number 2. In-home smart devices. Another unsuspected location where seniors are monitored is within their own residences via smart technology. Devices such as voice-activated assistants, smart televisions, and even Wi-Fi-enabled household appliances can gather information with every use. While advertised for their convenience, many users don't appreciate that these gadgets are often listening for triggers, monitoring your habits, and transmitting that data to corporations. For older adults, this can seem like a violation of the one space that ought to be a sanctuary. You might believe you're simply requesting a song from a smart speaker or asking for forecasts, but those interactions are often recorded and examined. Even smart TVs can monitor your viewing history, how frequently you watch, and if the camera and microphone are on, they can even capture your reactions. Psychologists caution that the sensation of being watched at home can lead to subtle behavioral shifts. Some people start to self-censor, avoiding conversations they would normally have. Others lose the ability to fully relax in their own living space, perpetually carrying a sense of being watched even when they are alone. There's the example of Elliot, age 79, who enjoyed using his smart speaker to listen to classic jazz. He once mentioned to a friend that he was puzzled to see ads on his computer for local jazz concerts. That's when he understood his device was doing more than playing music. It was tracking his tastes and using them. The reality is, companies rarely make this explicit. They market these devices as benign aids, but in the background, they are collecting a wealth of personal data. For seniors, being informed allows you to reclaim power by changing privacy settings, turning off microphones, or simply accepting that your home may not be the private refuge you thought it was. If you are finding this information useful, please type number 2 in the comments to show you're with us. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, I encourage you to subscribe and enable notifications so you won't miss any of our future videos. Your support allows us to keep producing quality content designed to educate and motivate you. Now, let's continue. Number 3, parking lots and public streets. An area many older adults never consider for surveillance is parking lots and public thoroughfares. Whether you are visiting a doctor, shopping for food, or just going for a stroll, cameras are nearly always present. Municipalities install them to manage traffic. Businesses use them for legal protection, and private citizens sometimes place them on their premises. The outcome is that your comings and goings are often documented from the instant you exit your vehicle until the moment you get back in. For seniors, the full understanding of this nonstop monitoring can be startling. Routine actions such as resting against your car for a second, fixing your jacket, or stopping to look at a map can all be filmed and archived. While it's true that this footage is often never seen by human eyes, it remains available for review at any time. This creates an environment where you are seen more often than you know, even in moments when you believe you are entirely alone. Psychological research indicates that being observed in public can alter our actions, often without even realizing it. Older adults might begin to walk more quickly, seem more reserved, or steer clear of specific locations. This underlying feeling of being monitored can, over time, elevate stress levels and diminish the sense of liberty that should accompany our everyday activities. Consider the experience of Desmond, who is 76. He once slipped slightly on a patch of ice in a pharmacy parking lot. He was later taken aback when the store called to see if he was okay. They already knew about his fall. The surveillance cameras had recorded the entire incident. While their concern was well-meaning, it served as a stark reminder that every misstep, hesitation, or mannerism could be witnessed by invisible observers. The fact is, no one explicitly tells you that the roads you travel and the parking spots you use are under nearly continuous observation. Your presence is noted and your actions are recorded, even if the thought never crosses your mind. Understanding this reality allows you to remain composed, careful, and conscious of your true visibility in public areas. Number 4, senior centers and community spaces. Many older adults seek refuge and companionship in places like senior centers, libraries, and community halls, viewing them as secure environments for relaxation and socializing. However, what frequently escapes notice is a high degree of surveillance present in these very spaces. Security cameras are commonly put in place to deter theft, promote safety, and resolve disagreements. The consequence is that almost every activity, whether it's a card game, a conversation in a common area, or even napping in a chair, is potentially being captured on video. This can be a disquieting realization. Locations intended to foster community and a sense of freedom can become settings where personal moments are permanently stored on a hard drive. Seniors who might already feel sensitive about the aging process can become even more apprehensive when they feel watched, whether by staff or through electronic means. Experts in human behavior note that this subtle form of pressure can influence how people act. You might laugh more quietly, refrain from certain topics of discussion, or think twice before showing irritation, simply because you know there's a possibility it is being documented. Gradually, this can lead to a feeling of inhibition, as if you are putting on a show rather than behaving authentically. Take Margaret, age 78, who always looked forward to her weekly bingo night. She once confessed to her daughter that she felt self-conscious about fixing her hearing aid because she had spotted a camera mounted above her table. Although no one commented on it, her knowledge of the camera's presence altered her comfort. An event that was once a source of pure enjoyment now had an undercurrent of anxiety. The truth is, communal spaces that should feel like a second home are often more closely watched than people assume. While this isn't usually stated outright, it profoundly impacts how seniors experience community, belonging, and trust. Being aware of this monitoring can guide your conduct, influence what you choose to disclose, and help you determine how much of your personal ease you wish to display in these settings. If you are finding this content helpful, please show your support by commenting number 4 below. And if you haven't already, I strongly encourage you to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. Your support is what enables us to keep producing meaningful content designed to educate and empower you. Now let's proceed. Number 5. Retail stores and pharmacies. A routine visit to the grocery store or pharmacy might seem like a simple chore, but beyond the visible shelves and checkout counters, you are subject to more scrutiny than you likely know. Contemporary retailers employ sophisticated monitoring systems not only for loss prevention, but also to analyze customer movement through the aisles, which products they handle, and how much time they spend looking at specific items. To a shopper, it appears innocuous, but to the surveillance system, every action is transformed into a data point. For older adults, this persistent data collection can generate an unseen pressure. The pharmacy environment can feel especially personal, as it involves sensitive health concerns. Imagine perusing the shelves for joint pain relievers or selecting vitamins to support cognitive health. What you perceive as a private choice is often made under the watchful lens of a camera. Even if the recording is never used to your disadvantage, the mere awareness that your selections are visible can cause unease. Psychologists have observed that individuals modify their purchasing habits when they know they are being observed. Seniors might decide against buying certain products, make rush choices, or even feel a sense of embarrassment about buying personal health items. This subtle yet powerful influence is rarely talked about, yet affects how many older people experience something as routine as shopping. For instance, George, who is 81, once told a friend he felt uncomfortable picking up medication for a stomach issue because he was acutely aware of the cameras positioned above the pharmacy counter. No one else acknowledged it, but he felt vulnerable, as if a private health matter was being put on display. Such feelings are far more common than most people recognize, yet they largely remain unspoken. The reality is, whether you are purchasing groceries, topical pain relief, or a prescription refill, your time inside a store is seldom as private as it appears. This hidden aspect of retail, while invisible to the naked eye, influences how older adults approach even the most mundane tasks. Recognizing this allows you to reclaim a measure of control, reminding you that even under observation, you are still the one who decides how to carry yourself with confidence in those spaces. As we bring this video to a close, please take a moment to consider the 5 locations we've discussed. From the smart gadgets in your home to the cameras in public, from community centers to local shops, it's evident that privacy for seniors is more complex than it used to be. The relevant question is no longer if you are being watched, but how frequently and in how many unexpected ways. What resonated with you the most? Was it the idea of voice-assisted devices eavesdropping in your home? Or the understanding that a quick trip to the pharmacy can be less confidential than you believed? Each of these revelations underscores that knowledge is the essential foundation for defending your personal tranquility. The goal is not to live in a state of anxiety, but to live with intelligence and intention. When you know where potential observers and listening devices might be, you can take proactive steps to secure your comfort and maintain your dignity. Simple actions, such as reviewing the settings on your smart devices, inquiring about privacy policies at your doctor's office, or just taking a moment to scan your environment, can help restore a feeling of autonomy in a world that seems increasingly transparent. Thank you for spending this time with us today. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned and how you'll apply it in your life. Your comments inspire us to keep going. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to Elderly Wisdom Secret.